Hello, this is a foundation class with a focus on forward bends. The props that you will need today are a strap. I'm using the rope off my dressing gown. You'll also need a chair, a stack of towels for shoulder stand. I'm using 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a thick blanket to work with as well. So pause the things, go and get yourself chair, towels, blanket, strap, and have your yoga mat as well all ready to work. Cool. So once you've got your things, just clear them to the side. Good to work in a nice, clean, clear space. So we bring good attention and focus to our mind and our body. So to set up today, you're going to take one of the towels, and this towel is folded in half again, and then rolled up from one end. So it looks something like this. Place it onto your mat, and then get your blanket. And your blanket, actually we'll need some more height underneath, so take another towel, place it to the end of the rolled towel, place your thick blanket on top, and come to sit in front of the rolled towel and come to simple cross legs. Here, make sure you take your buttocks flesh out to the side, so you really come to sit onto your buttocks bones. Spread the thigh flesh in the direction of the knees and lay yourself down over the support. You want the edge of the roll of the towel to come to where your ribs finish on your back body. So feel your back now and just feel where your ribs on your back finish. And that's where you're going to line up that rolled towel. So come to lay down over that support, palms facing up to the ceiling. So the reason we don't lie just straight back onto the mat and we use some height underneath the spine and the head is to give good lift and opening to the front body. So feel the space now underneath your collarbones from your center sternum out to your shoulder on your front chest, and imagine from that center sternum it's spreading outwards towards the direction of the shoulder. Notice your armpit chest area, your side chest, and working with the breath, see if you can almost breathe out sideways into this space here. So we're creating good lift in the chest and spreading as well. Change the cross of your legs. And just come to notice the backs of your hands resting on the floor alongside of you. Are they placed evenly away from the body? Right side, left side. And check as well if equal parts of the back of the hand are also resting evenly, right side, left side. Few minutes here, lying back, preparing for your practice, allowing for your mind to settle, and allowing your mind to come into your body. One way that you might start to settle the mind is draw the focus, draw the attention to your breath as it comes in and out through your nostrils. Another minute or so here. Last few breaths here. Use your hands now into the floor alongside of you. Blink your eyes slowly open and push yourself up to sitting. And then you're going to turn and face your support. Take your big toes together, knees as wide apart as the mat. The rolled towel, take in between your buttocks and your heels and sit back down. If you still notice that this is a little tight on the knees, you could take an extra towel to get some extra height there. Draw your other support towards you. Your forehead is going to come to rest onto this blanket. Walk the hands forward. Look at the placement of the hands. Are they evenly placed, right side, left side? Take your hands wider apart than what you normally would, so they're not directly out from the shoulders, but more right towards the edge of your mat, or maybe slightly off your mat, and start to draw the forehead down to that top blanket. Few deep breaths here. So notice the hands, even pressure into the floor, drawing from the wrists up to the shoulders drawing back into the direction of the hips, and the hips receding down to the heels. The front body extends forward. So from the pubis, it extends forward to the navel, and then the navel draws up through the center body towards the sternum. So if you could imagine your back body as water rushing down it, whereas your front body is a sense of the energy or the water coming up through the front body. So there's a duality here. Last few breaths. Walk your hands in now. You can clear your mat of your props. Just put them neatly to one side. And then come to stand at the top of your mat for a few rounds of Surya Namaskar. So stand well, feet hip width apart, hands by the side, roll your shoulders back, draw down the fingertips and take them back a little bit. Coming into the feet, just look down at your feet, have all 10 toes got connection with the floor. Draw down that center arch, where the arch meets the heels. Make contact with the floor there as well as the outside of your foot. Draw the front kneecaps up into the front thigh flesh. Side chest that we talked about when we first laid back in the class. And create some lift and some opening to the armpit chest area. And from front sternum, lift the front sternum and then spread it to the right shoulder and then to the left shoulder. Gaze looking straight ahead. Lift the arms now, Urdhva Hastasana. Fingertips long to the ceiling, shoulder blades drawing back down the body. Take your hands now either to your shins, or if they reach, take them out in front of you to the floor. For Uttanasana, concave back. Bend the knees, place your hands onto the mat, lunge the right leg back. Then we're going to take the left foot to join the right foot. We're going to Ardha Mukha Svanasana. So start with the heels up off of the mat, buttocks high. So the reason we're starting with our heels off the mat is we want to make the connection from our hips all the way down to our wrists, or I probably should say wrists drawing all the way up to our hips. So feel that now from your hands, your wrists, really draw back through the arms, back body to your hips. And then from your hips, start to descend down to the floor through your heels. Take your knees to the floor. Lunge the right leg forward. Lift up the left leg. So we're in a left leg lunge. Step forward to Uttanasana. Lift the torso, Tadasana. Few more rounds here. Lift the arms, Urdhva Hastasana. Come forward to Uttanasana. This time place the hands, bend the knees, lunge the left leg back. Step the right leg to join. And again, from your hands and your wrists, draw up to your shoulders, shoulders up towards the direction of your hips. And then slowly start to descend your heels down to the floor. Take the knees to the floor. Lunge the left foot through. Lift up the back knee. Step forward, Uttanasana. And take the torso up, Tadasana. Now you might choose to stay with that, working with your feet apart, or you might start to bring your feet together. Tadasana, stand well. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Right leg lunge back. Place the hands. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Right look forward between the hands. Right leg forward. Left foot to join. Straighten the knees and come up. Steady there. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Bend the knees, lunge the left leg back, place the hands, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Look in between the hands, bend the knees slightly, lunge the left leg forward, right foot to join, straighten the knees, Tadasana. Once more on each side. Urdhva Hastasana, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, lunge the right leg back, place the hands, Adho Mukha. Look in between the hands, lunge the right leg forward, left foot to join, straighten the knees, Tadasana. Urdhva Hastasana, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, lunge the left leg back, place the hands, Adho Mukha. Bend the knees, look in between the hands, lunge the left leg forward, push off the back foot, Uttanasana, Tadasana. Steady there. Now you're going to bring one edge of your mat to a wall if it's not there already, and take your heels up the wall for Adho Mukha Svanasana. So to find your distance, come to be on your knees, place the hands underneath the shoulders, push into the hands, lift up, take your heels up the wall. I can see here I need to take my hands a little bit further forward, and like we were doing before, look at your hands now. Make sure that they're spread evenly, each finger. And then from the wrist, draw back to the outside edge of the elbow, elbows all the way to the outer shoulder, shoulder blades drawing back to the hips, and hips drawing down to the heels. So there's a connection with the hips here. Torso connecting into the hips, and the legs connecting to the hips too. Draw those knees up into the front thigh flesh, high up into the hip. Look in between your hands and slowly just walk out of this pose. Bend your knees and come up to Tadasana. Take your buttocks now against the wall, 1 or 2 feet away from the wall, and just bring your shoulders to rest onto the wall as well. Now you're going to slide your hands down your front body to your shins and straighten your elbows, concave spine, front sternum bone reaching into the center of the room. Now you might stay with that, or you might bring your hands to the outside edges of your feet, fingertips cupped, elbows start to bend out away from you to the side, and draw the crown of your head down in between your feet. Check. Are your feet placed evenly on the floor? Is there a sense of your kneecaps drawing up into that front thigh flesh and buttocks crease spreading from inner to outer? Preparing to come up now. Use your fingertips into the wall behind you and ease yourself up. Step forward and away from the wall. We're now going to find the bottom of our front ribs and line our thumb up with our front ribs. Extend our hands out and step back, so our hands are going into the wall and we're stepping back into an L shape. So Find where your bottom ribs are, spread your fingers well on the wall and step back to an L-shaped position here. Now we want to be careful that we don't drop the lower ribs here, but there's a connection to the back spine. So navel drawing up to the back spine. Head not dropped either, but in line with the arms. So ears in line with your arms. Draw your shoulders back towards your hips. From here, look to the wall, step forward, and just rest a moment there, standing in Tadasana, just looking towards the wall. Allow the breath to come to some steadiness. So for this next pose, you will need your chair, so go and grab it. And place it to one end of your mat. So we're looking at Parsvottanasana now. So how we might do this is working actually with the back heel towards the wall. So I'm going to I've got two mats here so I can quickly show you one way or the other. So my chair is towards the edge of my mat and I'm going to bring my left heel towards the wall and take a big step forward with my right foot. Now you can just see underneath the chair that my right toes are pointing out in the direction of the mat. Hands to your hips. So here, see if you can find some steadiness through the feet. So what's going to help us find some steadiness here is that front toe. Glue that front toe joint down. And then just feel where your hips are in space and try and be more even here. So right leg is forward, so we need to draw back that right hip to be more even with the left. Roll your shoulders back, standing nice and tall. Bring the torso forward and take your hands to be onto the front of the chair. Shoulders even, sternum bone forward. Now you can either stay with that or walk your hands down the rungs of the chair or even take your fingertips to the floor. Bend your elbows out to the side and draw your forehead down towards the direction of your shin. So smoothing out the creases in your back body, your back t-shirt here. Trying to smooth off that roundness, which will come with time. If you're in the full pose, look back to the chair, put your hands onto the chair, bend that front knee and step forward. Tadasana. Step back with the left foot now, so left heel to be into the wall and come to be with your hands onto your hips. Front left toe joint down. Two sides of the hips working to be even. Roll the shoulders back, lift up through the side chest. Extend the torso forward and bring your hands to the seat of the chair. Extend the front body forward and you might stay with your hands to the chair or walk your hands down the rungs of the chair. Fingertips to the floor, elbows bend and go out to the side. Front forehead drawing down to the front shin. Kneecaps drawing up. When we draw up our kneecaps, it works the legs. Aim to smooth out the creases of your t-shirt and your back body. If you're in the full pose, look back to the chair, hands come to the chair, bend the front knee, step forward, Tadasana. So you can remove the chair from your mat, and you will need, some of you may need your strap for this next pose. So come to be Padangustasana, feet hip width apart. We're going to make like a pistol with our first two fingers and thumb, and extend the arms up. Take the torso forward and hold on to your big toe with that pistol grip, or if the hands don't reach, take the strap, thread the strap underneath your big toe, push down like we were doing with the last pose, your big toe into the mat, elbows can go out to the side, and then you can start to draw your crown of your head down. Now pay attention to your navel here. In order for the crown of the head to come a little bit more forward, work from the navel. Draw the navel up and then extend further forward. So either in pistol grip or working with the rope. Working with the breath. Inhale, creating some space. Exhale, drawing down. Bring your hands to your shins or the floor. Look to your front of the mat. And stand up. Tadasana. So for this next pose, you'll need your chair again and have it in front of your mat. Bring your hands in front of your chest. Bend your knees. Step or jump your feet wide apart. Take your hands to your hips now, and then take your hands to the front edge of your chair and extend the body out forward. Now, what would be good to line up the chair so your forehead can just gently touch the edge of your chair here. We're going to be here for about a minute or so. Prasarita Pada Uttanasana. Just check in with that big toe joint. Are you pressing down with your big toe joint here? Right side, left side. And the outer edge of your foot. Make contact with the floor with your outer edge of the foot. And from the outside edge of the heel, can you feel a connection of that drawing up to your knee? And then from your knee to the outside edge of your hip. And here, I'm resting my arms, on the chair, but there's a sense of my arms are straight and drawing back into my shoulders. And then my shoulder blades drawing back into the direction of my hips. Looking to the front body now, pubic bone, extending to the navel, and the navel extending through the center of the front chest up towards the sternum. Just lift your head, look through the back rungs of your chair. Walk your hands to the front edge of your chair. Zigzag your feet in. And come to stand Tadasana. You can remove the chair from your mat. Come to be on your hands and knees. From this position here, we get good distance for our dog pose. So from here, lifting up to dog pose, pushing into our hands, tucking our back toes under, lifting up our hips nice and high to the ceiling. Like we did at the start of the class, start with your heels up off of the floor, drawing from the wrists to the shoulders, shoulders to the hips, hips to the knees, knees down towards the direction of the heels. Slowly start to descend your heels back down towards the direction of the mat. Draw those front kneecaps up into the front thigh flesh. From here, you're going to step your feet together. We come more into being a three-legged dog pose. So push down into the mat with your left foot as you draw your right leg straight up. Extend the leg out straight from the hip, toes facing down. And see if you can keep the rest of your body exactly as it was, but just now one leg is up off the mat. Draw that foot back to meet the other. Steady there a moment. And now lift the left leg up, straight out from the hip, toes facing down, legs straight. Notice, did the torso distort? Were you able to take this leg up without not too much disturbance of the torso? Bring that leg back down, just step the feet apart. Bend the knees, untuck the toes, draw the buttocks back towards the heels, extend the front body forward, Ardha Mukha Virasana. Toes don't need to be together here. You can be on your front foot. Feet are more hip width apart, toes going back into the direction of the back of your mat. Few deep breaths here. Bring your head up, look to in between your hands. Walk your hands in, and you need now to take a thick blanket to sit on. So bring a thick black blanket to the back edge of your mat, and also have your strap handy as well, belt handy. So come to sit on your blanket now and bring the crease of your buttocks right up to the edge of that blanket, and then spread your buttocks flesh left side, right side. Draw the knees back up into the front thigh flesh. Roll your shoulders back, sitting up nice and tall. Dandasana. Going for Janu Shasana now. So bend the right knee, draw the right ankle in towards the blanket. Take the right knee out to the side and draw that heel more to be in line with the groin, and those toes can just slightly tuck under. I'm going to encourage this knee to come down towards the mat. If it doesn't reach, place some of those extra towels that you have underneath. You want this knee to be connecting to either the mat or a blanket here. Sit tall. Draw your right hand up, so your right hand and your right knee are bent. Say that again. Your right knee is bent and also your right hand is up. I'm going to take that hand to either the outside edge of your calf or to the outside edge of your left foot. So we come to more of a twist before we come to a forward bend. Now from here you can use your strap around your foot to hold on to and bring the torso forward, or if you have the capacity to reach your foot, take hold of your foot. Active forward bend now, so elbows out to the side. We breathe in and create space. Exhale and draw the torso forward. Again, inhale, creating space. Exhale, draw the torso forward. Inhale, create space. Exhale, draw the torso forward. Few more breaths here. Working with the breath in your own time. Look to your foot. Come up to sitting. Stretch your right leg out to join the left. Sit a moment in Dandasana. Bend up your left knee. Take the knee out to the side and again either have some support underneath or draw that knee down to the floor. Heel coming up towards the groin, toes slightly tucking under the outstretched leg. Take a moment sitting. The same arm as the leg is bent extends up to the ceiling and then comes to the outside edge, so it might be to the calf or to the foot. You take that hand further forward for balance. We come more into a twist, so we're twisting out over the right leg. From here you can take your strap around your foot, start to bend your elbows out to the side. You take your hand to your foot, working with the breath. We inhale, create space. Exhale, draw the torso further forward. Inhale, create space. Exhale, bring the torso further forward. Inhale, create space. Exhale, come forward. And just working with your breath here in your own time. You might start to notice that forward bends have a quietening effect on the mind. It's considered to be restorative, cooling pose. Look to your toes, Come back up to sitting. Come to be into Dandasana, sit block. Re-establish your buttocks onto your support and bend up your right knee, drawing your right ankle right to your blanket. From here, we're going to stretch up the same arm as the knee that is bent. Bring that arm in front of that knee and twist away from our knee. So here, have good contact between your shoulder into your knee into your shoulder. Then take hold of your belt, place it around your foot, or take hold of your foot and see if you can still find that connection of your knee to the outside edge of your shoulder. Inhale, exhale, come a little further forward. Inhale, exhale, bring the torso forward. Draw that navel back to the back spine. Inhale, exhale, and slowly come up. Extend out the right leg. Sit tall in Dandasana. Bend up your left knee now. Draw your ankle in to touch the mat. Extend up the same arm as the leg that's bent, so in this case the left. Bend the arm and place it into the inside edge of the leg, and we're twisting now away from the bent leg. Good contact from shoulder into the knee into the shoulder. Like pushing into one another. Then take hold of your belt, or if you know that you can reach your foot, hold on to your foot. Don't lose connection between that knee with your shoulder. Start to bend the elbows out to the side, working with the breath, drawing the torso forward. So right away, think about your navel, drawing back to the back spine. Inhale, create some space. Exhale, release and draw the body forward. Inhale, create space. Exhale, elbows moving out to the side, bending away from you. Come forward to your capacity. And then ease off. Come back to sit in Dandasana. So we're going to look at Triyanamukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. So what you'll need to do is come off your support and move it to the left side. So it's just going to be under your left buttocks. Come to sit onto that height. Now your right leg, draw it in towards you. And then this right foot is going to become a Virasana leg and go to the outside edge of you. To help with that, we're going to spread, using my thumb here, to spread that calf muscle away from me so there's room behind my knee. So the height underneath the left buttocks is helping my hips are not going to be perfectly even here, but it's helping for the hips to be more even. Now, if this is absolutely impossible on your right knee, you can come back to what we were just doing, this pose, or you could experiment with taking some more height underneath the left buttock. So we've got those towels out. use them, take some more height underneath the left buttocks. It shouldn't be painful in the right knee. So if it is, either come back to the pose that we were just doing or take some more height underneath the left buttocks. From here, extend up, find a connection from your hips to the outside edge of your shoulders, shoulders all the way up to your fingertips. Come forward, either with the belt or take your hands to your foot. Draw the elbows out to the side, working with the breath. Inhale, create space, lengthening that sternum bone forward. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale, creating space. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale, creating space. Draw the navel back to the back spine. Exhale, come forward. And just working with your own breath there. Preparing to come up. Slowly ease out of the pose. Untuck this knee. Come off your support. Change your support to be now to the right side. So bring your right buttocks up onto the blanket. Extend out the right leg, left leg. Remember, we're taking to be on the top of the foot, but we need to spread here the back of the calf flesh out to the side to give some room and some space for that left knee. Might be different. Do you need some more height on this side? What does the left knee feel like here? Maybe you need to abandon it and go back to the pose that we were in before, this one. Listen to your body and respond to it. Take the arms up over Hastasana. Bring the torso forward, either taking hold of the belt or to the foot. Inhale, creating space. Exhale, elbows out to the side. Inhale, create space. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale, creating space. Exhale, coming forward to your capacity. And just tuning in with your breath there. Look to your toes. Slowly ease out. Come off of your height. Sit in Dandasana. And then bring the soles of the feet together now in Baddha Konasana. Again, spread the calf flesh from the back to the front. Hold on to the toes, sitting up nice and tall. Now, if you're really noticing that you're quite rounded in your lower spine, come back to sit onto that height. We want a sense of growing up and out of the hips here. Extend your knees down to the mat and release. Extend your knees down to the mat and release. Extend your knees down to the mat and release. And you might stay with this, or you might extend your torso forward, forehead drawing down towards the direction of the toes. Come up. Extend your feet out to Upper Vista. Again, you might choose to stay on some height or come off of it. Take your fingers cupped to be behind your hips. Grow tall out of your hips. Side chest long, armpit chest long, open. Front chest from center sternum spreading out to the right side, left side. Check your toes are facing up towards the ceiling. Kneecaps drawing up into the front thigh flesh. You might stay with this or take the torso forward, maybe a little way, and maybe extending down. If your chair is handy, you might even reach for your chair and bring your forehead to rest onto the front edge of your chair. Look in between your hands, walk your hands in. Scoop your hands underneath your knees, bend your knees in, sit cross-legged. Now, we're next going to look at a chair shoulder stand. So if you know that this is not for you, I'm going to get you set up first, so have a look. The rolled up towel that we used at the beginning of the class, you're going to take this to be across your back spine here. So on women, kind of the area where the bra strap sits. You'll take your feet into the wall, hip width apart. Find where that towel needs to go. You'll ease yourself back. Take hold of your elbows and take your arms overhead. And then halfway through, you'll change the cross of your arms and take your arms back. Okay, so that's for people not going up into chair shoulder stand. If you are going up into chair shoulder stand, grab your chair. Now, for this, you need to fold up your sticky mat. So fold it in half, half again. And what I suggest you do is you take this edge of your mat to a wall. So imagine that there's a wall here. For the sake of you being able to see, I'm going to go do it away from the wall. The sticky mat, that's of course if you've got two sticky mats. Maybe you just picked up your sticky mat to put onto your chair. So your sticky mat's coming onto your chair like this, and then you're going to go and get a stack of towels. So you need them to be even. So on the folded edge, you're going to line them up so all the folded edges at one side. So be clear with the props that you're using. So stack them up on top of one another, that folded edge coming in a neat line. So I'm using 4 towels here. And then because you don't have a mat underneath you, take your thicker blanket, place it onto those towels and unfold it. So we've created like a stack. So my head is going to come here, my shoulders to the edge of these towels, which compress down a little once we've got our body weight onto it. Come to sit. Now, perhaps you might want to watch this demonstration first, rewind it, and we go up together. I'm just going to go up the once. So come to sit on the edge of your chair. Take your knees over the back rungs of your chair. Remembering from here your feet might be into the support of the wall. I walk my buttocks up to the back edge of the chair and I take my shoulders, holding onto the edge of my chair, my shoulders down to that support, and I really walk onto the edge of that support. From here I'm going to thread my arms through the back rungs of the chair, holding on, and I might choose to keep my feet pressing into the wall, my legs rested onto the backrest of the chair, or I might take my legs up, one leg up, second leg up, legs extending straight out from the hips, toes relaxed. People lying back over the rolled up towel, change the cross of your arms now. So if it becomes too much, you've always got the option to take the legs back to the backrest of the chair. Feel the back pelvic rim, sacrum, spreading from center spine out to the right hip, out to the left hip. From here, bend your knees and take your feet to the top rest of your chair. Untuck your arms and hold on to the front legs of your chair. Slide your body back into the center of the room, buttocks to land onto your towels, and just simple cross legs onto the seat of the chair. Roll back further. So coming off of that support completely now, and just change the cross of your legs here, palms facing up. People lie back over the towel, bend up your knees, pressing your feet into the floor. Hands can come to rest somewhere on the front body. Everyone now, roll over to your right side. Push yourself up to sitting. Clear your space of your props, keeping one head blanket for Shavasana. And when you come back and your space is clear, you can lie out for Shavasana. So, taking your blanket to the top edge of your mat, come to sit onto your mat, knees bent, lower your torso down bringing the head to feel even onto that blanket, and then drawing the blanket down to touch the tip of your shoulders. Extend out your right leg, your left leg. Take the arms down to the floor, palms facing up. Using your breath, exhale, release, and let go completely. Just a minute or so here. Eyes soft, jaws releasing. With every exhale, releasing and letting go a little deeper. Last few moments here. Savor this space. Bend up your knees now and bring your hands to rest somewhere onto your front body. Roll over to your right side and bring your head to rest onto your hand as a pillow. Slowly blink your eyes open, looking out from a quiet mind. Use your hands into the mat, push yourself up. Take what you need to sit comfortably, a simple cross-legged, hands to namaste. Draw the eyes and the gaze downwards. We give thanks for this gift of yoga, for allowing us to take time out for ourselves and finding connection to the present moment. Namaste. Real pleasure to take this time with you today. Take care.